Okay, hello. I think this time audio should be working. So we'll try that again. Unfortunately, I gotta start from the top. But this is a challenge fight for the level 3 Parasite Queen. Level 3 is the challenge level, not the level of the monster, so it still has it still does not have Indomitable, and any effects that require monster level will still be 1. Quickly going over Parasite Queen. Disclaimer, this is going to be spoiler heavy, so if you don't want to be spoiled on what the Parasite Queen does, you can come back later when this is uploaded to YouTube and you've experienced what you want to experience out of this fight. Parasite Queen, the Manifold Horrors just covers the Host of Hands terrain. It kills anyone it collides with. Melody of Heroes provides me with Embolden. Omnipresence just covers movement of the hand terrains as well as movement of the queen herself in certain circumstances. Renegade Flesh provides me an additional survival action for removing parasite resources. So, specific to this challenge is the are the 3 traits here. We've got Resilient, which prevents automatic and additional wounds. We also have Frenzied Berserker, which draws 2 additional AI cards on the Parasite Queen's turn. It's going to be a little spooky because she already has some built-in additional AI draw. And then finally, we have Vengeful, which if I trigger effectively a Surpass 6 during one of my wound attempts, it'll pause the attack and she gets to draw an AI card. Unlike the standard Vengeful trait, I cannot archive the trait by having a survivor die, so that's why I have the little bits crossed out in red at the bottom there. So, as for the actual settlement, this is a settlement I kind of came up on my own after studying settlements I've done in the past and settlements from other people. I didn't quite have the time to run a whole settlement through an entire campaign to get to this point, so I wanted to try and expedite that by kind of just coming up with one that seemed reasonable enough. The link to the settlement information is on a Google Drive that I will link if necessary, but it'll also be available in the YouTube description. What else do I need to cover? I think that is mostly everything. So starting this off is alright, so we need to do the beckoning. So for the purpose of this, I have what did I have? I have Graves. Let me check my sheet. I've got Graves, which gives all survivors insanity equal to their settlement death count. The death count and population are at 30 for this. Survival limit is at 19. It's a baseline of 14, but I've got 5 collectivists, so that boosts that up a little bit more. Excuse me. Lanternism gives me both Protect the Young and Survival of the Fittest, so that means when or all survivors gain survival up to the survival limit, so everyone starts with 19, and all survivors remove a disorder of their choice, which we're going to assume that's already occurred here. Romantic, everyone gets +1 permanent accuracy, and Collective Toil, is that what I chose? Yeah, Collective Toil. All survivors remove a permanent injury of their choice. Again, we're going to say we already applied that. So, the actual fight itself, we're looking at, she has 10 movement, 25 toughness, and she has a total of 24 AI cards. So that'll be fun. I've deployed everyone as necessary. Parasite Queen's in the red area, Survivors in the blue area. If the combined courage of the survivors is 18 plus, they go first. Otherwise, the monster goes first. And I have set it up such that I do have 18 plus. Let's see. Hotel. And if you've been around for the previous streams, you'll know that I'm pulling in the same starting survivors as I have previously. Whoops. Depart. Huh. Okay, well, so, just for that, courage is 6, courage 9, courage 6, courage 6. That exceeds 18 by a fair bit. So I'll be going first. However, I just realized I did a big oopsie, and I need to set starting values for survivors. So, I've got starting values for everything else. I just need to get armor set up. So, how many pieces do you have here? Oh. I already noticed something. It's problematic. We're gonna, shoot. Okay. It just occurred to me that I have a lot of extra parts that I can't have together on this grid. So, as a very quick fix, the Lemniscate Miter helmet and the Bloodskin have been removed. Red Cloak has Selfish, so I can't have the Bloodskin, which is Other. I can't have the Crest Crown either. Uh-oh. The Rawhide Headband would conflict with the Lemniscate Miter, but I do want the Miter, so. Anyways, quick adjustments. This is 3 pieces of gear, 1 to the head, 2 for the body, another 2 for the body. I can have both the Red Cloak and the vestments because the Red Cloak is an accessory. And I don't get satiated. Okay. Yeah, this is a rather big oopsie, but we'll just take it and move on. Lortel next would be this partisan grid. We are looking at, I believe I put Shield Mastery, so that would be +1 for the grid. 4 to the head. Let me check the actual set bonus. Imitation Butcher does not give additional armor. No, it gives 5 additional armor, so we're looking at 10 to the head. 9 to the arms. Body. 5, 10, 11 to the body. Waist would be 9. And legs would be 9. Yeah, so that's good. For Sung. I guess this would be good to verify, but I just wanted to check. You only hear my voice and there's no music coming through, right? Because I'm messing around with some things and I just want to make sure things aren't being streamed that I didn't intend to be streamed. Count armor. No music. Thanks for confirming. Okay. Count armor gives me 2 to all locations. So we're looking at 4 to everything. So I also wanted to mention, I do have a proper node system for this hypothetical settlement, and the antelope is not a part of it, but I did want the bone earrings. So because this is a people of the Dreamkeeper settlement, I am saying that I perfect punted the bone earrings, which in most other cases would be a pretty awful thing to punt, but imitation sets to locations 5, then cure has +3 on the head and chest. Then the cuirass +3 on the chest? I don't think I follow. So does that mean, let me look at the card again. Sets it to 5. Oh, I see. The lantern armor effect. I actually didn't, I don't actually have the affinities to trigger the cuirass, yeah. Alpha armor does not give any additional armor for the set, but it does have a baseline of 9 armor everywhere, which is already quite high. Okay, that's done. Sorry about that. And then let me get my notebook. I had a plan for how I wanted this first turn to more or less play out. Okay, so I get first turn. So, because Sung is hasty, I will have him start first. As part of the arrival bonuses, let me see. Let me skip Crozier, doesn't apply anymore. I will be applying bonuses on Sung, so he has, let me see here, 2 speed and 2 speed, 2 strength. 2 permanent strength from the Monster Tooth Necklace. 1 movement token. And then the count wrappings are also in play, so we get another 2 from that. Okay. And then as a result of that, he loses 2 survival. 3 survival. Yeah. I have the veteran set and one of the other grids, just not this one, because I figured it wouldn't apply for the Imitation Butcher set. Arrival effects. Poison Partisan also has 3 spiderlings, so I'm putting them across the bottom there. I believe that is all of the other ones. Oh. We also have the Alpha set giving additional 4, 5. On arrival, +5 insanity. Yeah, that looks like everything. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Rosie? Okay, so we need to roll for Musk Diadema, because that is at start of round. So Yannicka has a total of 14 XP, and I need to roll 2d10, and ideally I roll less than 14. That is less than... Oh, shoot. I'm on the wrong screen. Or no. No, it's just my stream that's frozen. Okay. Stream's going fine. I just started. So, Yannicka is fine to stay standing, and she will be able to dash an additional time this turn without spending survival. Think now I'm good. So, Sung will start first. Hasty gives him 1 additional speed. This isn't Sung. 1 additional accuracy and 1 additional speed if he is the first character to act during the survivor's turn. So we're doing that. We are going to move him up 5 spaces, or 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to actually shuffle these decks real quick. Table. We're going to shuffle these real quick just to ensure there is no funny business here. So I did give, or not give, sorry. I do have some stats. The hit location deck has a total of 23 cards. 6 of them give Flash of Rebellion, which is something I need to deal with Protean. And then there's 5 hit locations that don't have Protean. So I'm going to try my best to keep a tally of those, and anytime we exceed that, it's time to... Well, I was going to say it's time to use the Crest Crown, but I don't have a means of... I lost it because of the cloak. Okay, so decks are shuffled. Get back to the count set. We're looking at a total of... So these are both 3 speed each, and they're paired. Oh, shoot, they're sharp. This is going to be a spicy first turn, huh? Given that they are sharp... Did I? Who's my Gormandist? Gastro on Yannicka. Let me just move this. I had the second stomach on the wrong character. So sorry. 6 dice. Base. I have an additional 2 speed for the bone earrings, and then 1 more for Hasty. So, stats. I get 1 additional on top of that, so I'm at 2 accuracy. The Scab Guitars have a baseline of 6, so that means I hit on a 4. So, that's 1, 2, 3. Toss that. Toss that. It's 5 hits. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that is a really bad first draw because that is half of our flashes. I've got 3 flashes here. I'm going to... These are all Protean as well, so nothing I do here can wound. So I'm going to take the first flash and proc that failure effect. I shall grant Sung a Flash of Rebellion card. Or status, rather. Okay, so he was the first turn. Second turn, I want Devro to go. There's not turn, sorry. Second in order. Devro has the red cloak, so he's going to gain a bleed at the start of the act. Gaining a bleed is going to trigger infectious lunacy. It's going to trigger Berserker on or Bloodlust on Mortel. These characters are mostly the same as they were from Whack-A-Mole, so it's going to be two strength, 2 speed, and I gain 1d5 insanity, I want to say. So 2. Funny enough, something I didn't consider was that 1d5 courage from Flash. Mostly it's going to be annoying to see the truth roll, but she has some highest courage AI cards. At the precipice, radiant impulses of defiance set your nerves ablaze. When you gain this, gain 1d5 courage. Thank you for that pointer. 5 courage to Sung. Well, he sees the truth. I wonder if that's going to cause problems. Or at least, I'm fairly sure White Secret and See the Truth and Bold and all of that occurs immediately, not like on return. Yeah, okay. See the Truth. Where are you in the rulebook? That's White Secret. There it is. You suddenly recall meeting a strange masked man who, for a moment, opened your second eyelids. What you saw filled your mouth with the taste of your own death, suffer the blind sphere, head injury, and taste death. Let me just verify if there's more to that than just losing accuracy. -1 permanent accuracy, 1 bleed token. Man, I was considering bringing bleed stuff to this, but alright, so that's Sung, who is actually already blind. Bitch! Okay, so we do blind again. That tanks his accuracy. And he gains 1 bleed token. And then we do the Taste of Death roll. We have Graves. So 10. Sour Death. Do I add that on this side? Abilities? PKL and PQRS. Sour Death. Okay. Fun. If you're blind already, you don't do it again? Maybe I missed that clause. I'm not doing very well at reading today. Probably just keep this book open to that page, since I'm probably going to be triggering it a fair bit, actually. Suffer the blind severe injury. If you are already blind, do not suffer again. I probably read that aloud, just didn't comprehend it. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I removed one of the blinds. I removed the bleed. And then we proceed. Thank you for the assistance. Okay, so we're back on track now. I have addressed Flash. Back to Devereaux. We address the insanity gain from the frenzy. So, I wanted Devereaux to attack twice with Quadradept. So, he has a personal survival limit of 29, so he should have more than 19 survival. What? Excuse me? Why are you doing this? There we go. Okay. So, Devereaux is represented by... What screen am I on? Table. White over here. We're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Range of 9. Which I am in range. I need to spend 2 survival to activate this weapon. I ignore obstacles when drawing line of sight with this. I also have the Ceaseless God Grog, so that gives me an additional movement. So, I spend 2 survival, and with 2 speed, this has a baseline of 7, but I have 2 accuracy, so that will be hitting on a 5. Do I have anything else that is important here at this moment? Not necessarily. Okay, so 2 speed, I hit on 5s. Or actually, do I have any additional speed? I don't. That's 1 hit. That is the trap. All survivors are doomed. Turbulent masses of Viscera overwhelm. The attacker courage falters. The attacker loses the Flash of Rebellion Survivor status card and gains 2 parasites. Lovely. Spirits break. The attacker may not trade parasites or use host rejection until the end of the round. Move the monster 5 spaces directly away from the attacker. This is very bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, that is my action. I still have 2 movements, so we can move into range and try and attack again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or, hold on. 1. From here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can move to here, and I will spend another 2 survival to use my second movement with Quadradept to attack again. So, this is 2 speed. I hit on 5s. That's 1 hit. I have the Protean Reaches, which I just automatically fail. So, we move on. Devereaux is done. Let's mark these off so I know who actually has taken their turn. Now, it is Lortel's turn. So, what I want to do with her is silly. On arrival, gain a death token. She has a death token currently. So, because she has Bitter Frenzy, she can spend survival while frenzied. So, we're going to first spend her action to consume the death token that she arrives with. So that's going to give her 2 additional strength and 2 additional speed. And I roll for insanity. Hopefully, yep, it is still below our alpha set, so that's great. What else am I doing? So, now I want to surge. So that's 1 survival. And I'm going to smack this spiderling right next to her. So, oh, I didn't change the grids while I was attacking. I'll be better about that. Okay. With her grid, she has 1 speed that is now bypassed by Frenzy. So we're at a total of 5 speed. Accuracy, 4 baseline accuracy, plus 1 accuracy for Death Collector 3 because I have Ghost Zerker, which I believe that treats attribute tokens as death tokens. So now I get a bonus accuracy from that. So that gives me 5 speed, and I hit on a 2. And so I'm swinging on the spiderling. All 5 are hits. So, spiderlings do not have a hit location deck. So, but they do, however, have a toughness that matches the monster. So I need to wound on a 25. The partisan has a baseline of 9. The partisan has a baseline of 9, and I gain 1 strength for Death Collector, and then I have an additional 7 for all of the strength attribute tokens and stats. So that brings me to 17 base. To meet 25, I need a 8. Is there something else with the set bonus that I'm perhaps forgetting? I just want to double check. Where is my imitation plus 2 movement? No. Do I have anything else here that benefits me? No, I don't. Okay. Man, baseline 17 hitting on a 25 is still not great. So I need an 8, and I've got 5 opportunities. So that's the first one. That's a 9. Okay. So I have slain 1 spiderling, and I have triggered I have charged the partisan. Next is, where am I going back to? There we go. So we have 5 movement plus 2 from the butcher armor. I'm just gonna track that as permanent. Oh no, sorry, that's not permanent because that just offset the lantern cuirass. So my baseline movement's 5. I've used my action. I've used a surge. I can use my movement, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I have a baseline of 6 because the Alpha, where is it? That Alpha Galea, the helmet. She is the most insane survivor. All survivors have +1 movement, so everyone has a baseline of, well, all the standard survivors have a baseline of 6. So, that was the first movement. I'm going to surge to, or sorry, not surge. I'm going to spend survival to dash for a second movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That brings her, we'll do 1 away actually, because I have reach 2. Okay, so we're in range. Imitation Butcher Mask also gives me 1 additional action if I'm insane. Imitation Butcher, there we go. So, I still have one act to attack with here. And hopefully I get 5 hits to slap some accuracy down on her. So, with 5 dice, let me use the ones that are actually nice and visible. Uh-oh. Is my, Oh. I didn't realize my, scribe wasn't picking up. Let me, just restart that real quick. Okay, hopefully that should pick up in a moment. Anyways, this is 5 speed. I hit on a 2. That is all hits. So, we expend the Partisan Charge and impart 5 accuracy down tokens on the Parasite Queen. As much as I would like to cheese with Wrath, unfortunately she's immune to additional wounds, so I can't just stack this up and slap her with that. Anyways, we draw our 5 hit locations. Three, 4, and 5. So, 2 of these are the Denial of Destiny cards that do not have Protean, so we actually have an attempt to wound here. However, the remainder are Protean, but I have 2 Flashes of Rebellions. So, we will first start with checking if Scribe is up yet. It is not. I don't know why. Connection failed. Okay. I'll try that one more time, but I'll just be restarting this as we, continue playing. I'm not gonna hold up and sit here addressing it while trying stuff. So, yeah, take my word that I'm doing stuff legally. Okay. Where was I at? Wounding. So, we have, let's move this, 2 options. So, both of these actually. Do I have the, no, I don't have the webcam. This one. Rippling Waves and Manifold Limbs. Both of these will have me ending the attack and gaining the Flash of Rebellion survival card if I actually wound. So, I only have 1 real opportunity wound here. But on the flip side, I don't have any consequences for this. I either wound once here and end my attack, or I use one of the standard failure Flash of Rebellions. So, we are going to roll for a wound attempt. I have 2 wound attempts. Doesn't really matter which order I go because they're both the same card, effectively. So, I still need an 8 to wound. That is a failure on the first one. That is a failure on the second one. So, I do not get any wounds. That is 2 out of 5 non-Protean cards. So I'm going to use one of the standard Protean Flash hit locations. So, Lortel now gains Flash of Rebellion. She's going to roll for Courage gain. Or no, she's actually maxed out, so I don't think it matters. She would have gotten 2, but... Okay. So that is everything that she can do. The leather boots let her move 1 So we're gonna move her into the center here just to avoid risk of manifold horrors moving one of these terrain tiles to consume her. Alright, so she's done. We still have our sorry. We still have Yannicka in the alpha armor set. I have a straight line here down the center, actually, where I could trigger the armor set bonus, I think. So, infinite sprint. What is the range? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That would not be enough to trigger the... it would not be enough to trigger the +5 strength bonus. Do I need it, though? Spada is barbed 4. So that just increases the perfect hit range. So 8 strength base, assuming the perfect hit, that brings it to 12 plus 3 brings it to 15. Do I have anything else that helps? No. That's not great. A 15 means I would have to... roll a 10 to wound. Oh my goodness. Getting harassed by these bots. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, well, I mean, I guess there's not much else I can do, so I just go do that. It's not super significant if I wound or not, since I have to deal with Protean first anyways. So, Musk Diadema means I can dash an additional time without spending survival. So, I have... what am I doing here? Movement 1d10. At the start of your act, if you're insane, gain a movement. No, I don't have Alpha Greaves triggered. Yeah, that's everything. So, I'm going to spend the first action, or first movement, moving her in that line. And then I'm going to spend the Musk Diadema survival, or the Musk Diadema dash, to trigger the Alpha armor set. So we're moving in a straight line until we reach an occupied space or board edge, which is just straight down this. And I'm not rolling for the Gambison because I'm already at survival cap. I am going to spend 2 survival prior to this attack to increase the range of it, perfect hit range, by 1 for the Lantern Mantle. The Vandal Spatha has the passive triggered by moving more than 6 spaces. I moved 11. So my perfect hit range is at... I perfect hit on a 7, but the dark character trait means the first attack has a perfect hit of 6. So we're working on 4 speed because I have an additional speed for the big dash. Yeah. I hit on a 3. I perfect hit on a 6 for this first roll. So, I need a 6. That is not a 6. In fact, that misses entirely. So, I have 3 more hit rolls. Once again, I am hitting on a 3, but a perfect hit on a 7. Well, that is one perfect hit, and then one regular hit. So, 2 hits. Both of these are Proteans, so it doesn't matter. However, I do have a Flash of Rebellion card here, so I'm going to end my attack. I gain a Flash of Rebellion card. You're not maxed out on Courage, so I'm going to roll Courage. This is a 1d5. I gain 1 Courage. And we end our turn. So now, I believe I didn't count how many hit location cards I have total, but I do have, I think 5 of our standard Flash of Rebellion cards are out. So there's 1 more left in the deck somewhere. Well, while we're here, I think I'm going to Surge. Yeah, this is a tricky character. We'll start with this. I'm going to Surge with Devereaux, so that we can find out if there is something absolutely critical that we need to get rid of on the top of the deck. Because I'm going to use my Rawhead Headband. So, top 2 AI cards are... scary, is what they are. They both draw an additional AI card, so that'd be fun. Yeah, these aren't great. I'm going to put the Protoss Utterance on top because I think that would probably be the more annoying one to address. I don't think it really matters that much. Universal Flexion is, severe back limits movement. We'll keep that on top then. Regardless, it'd be cool if I could wound here because anything that draws additional AI is problematic at best. So, back to Yenneker. She's going to spend 1 survival to Surge. That brings her down to 16. With that Surge, she's going to attack with the Vandal Spatha. It is not being activated through the Alpha Armor, so we only have 3 speed. So, Alpha Spatha. So at 3 speed, before making attack, is that... Oh, that's once per round. Yikes. Okay, so I can't use the Lantern Mantle again. The Vandal Spatha is still in play because during the act... until the end of your act. The act's already over. Okay, well this is going to be dicey. I'm going to be effectively trying to wound on a 10. It's probably for the best that I try and push an advantage, I guess. Yeah. We'll try it. So. Man, maybe I should have given you more stats. Archive resource of gear. Ugh. So the dark is not a once per turn thing, so I can still use that. So the first hit has a perfect hit range of 9. It does not perfect hit, but it does hit. So that's 1 hit, and then these are perfect hits on 10. Well, that is a perfect hit. Wow, look at that. And then 2 more hits on top of that, so... We have 3 Protean cards. None of these are the final flash card. So what have they got here? Protean Visage, Jester's Dismissal, and Millennium Light. I don't know if those are all in frame, but 2 of them are wound, one's a reflex. 6 damage to 6 random locations and knockback 6. Shatter one of the monster's myriad of lanterns. False lantern years infect your body, gain 10 hunt XP. If you gain more hunt XP than your available hunt XP box, you cease to exist. That's not great. Contours of the monster's visage shift and metamorphize. Unobscuring, veil, and alluring lover. If you are insane, suffer a random brain trauma, subtracting your insanity from the... I think... Is it even worth discarding Flash for this attack? This is awful. I mean, I guess I've got 30 survivors and there's 24 AI cards. As long as I average at like 1 per survivor, it should pan out, right? And also, I can't guarantee Yenneca is going to survive past this turn anyway, so I'm going to discard Flash of Rebellion to attempt an attack here, so we ignore Protean. Wait a minute. I should have some more... boy. I should have some more parasites out. It just occurred to me. Because triggering Protean gives a parasite. So, I should probably also state what parasites we've got out. Devereaux has a Fidgeting Oculus, which makes attacks unwieldy. Unwieldy on a 5 or less. And a Sympathetic Sternum, which is bad. Who is yellow? Yellow is Sung. Sung has a Sympathetic Sternum. I've got a Enteric Gigas on Lortel. End of your act, place a Chrysalis token on this card. Yeah, she ended her attack already, so let me put a token on there. If there are 2 Chrysalis tokens, the mature parasite molts erupting violently from your abdomen dead. Okay, nice. So we're probably going to have to move that. And our final survivor, Yenneca, has the Seizing Calcineal. When you would spend movement, roll 1d10. On a 6+, you seize up, cancel the action, and lose the movement instead. So she hasn't moved since then, so we're still okay on that. I think for all these survivors, we're okay on the number of parasites we've given out, so... Oh yeah, parasite. Sternum gives you an extra parasite as a treat. Sternum gives you an extra parasite? When you gain this, another... Fuck! Okay. So, thanks for the call out. Devereaux has Excruciator Brain Cap. After you perform a survival action, suffer a random brain trauma with -4 as a result. Sung gets Enraptured Cruise. At the end of your act, suffer knockback equal to your movement directly towards the monster. I think the timing of that is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I get sabotaged? Okay. Yeah, so he's already dead then. Knock back. Here is the fun question. Perhaps you did. No, I think he would be dead. But the fun question is... No one else would have gone yet, so... Yeah, he's dead. Okay. He went first. Because he had speedy, or hasty. So the other sternum wouldn't have been in play yet. Okay. And Bolden's only on the start of turn, I believe. If there are... At the start of the survivor's turn. Yeah, okay. Okay, back to actually doing this attack. So I've discarded a... Oh, Scribe's back. I've discarded Flash of Rebellion on Yenneker. And now we determine if I can wound on Gestures of Dismissal. So, yeah, I need a 10. No. That was not a 10. Reflex. A flurry of identical derisive motions. Sweep your attack away. We're suffering 6 damage to 6 hit locations. That was to Yenneker? Yeah. 6 damage to 6 hit locations. Do I have anything that helps with that? I don't believe I do. Guess not. Alright. We are looking at... head is down to 3. Arms is down to 3. Body is taking a severe. So the body took 12. And she's knocked down. Waist is taking a severe. Oh, did I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, I did the head. No, that's everything. Okay. So, 2 severe injuries. Systemic pressure is our negative to the... Why do you have 2 systemic pressure? Dark eye? Dang. Okay. So 1 to the body. At -2. So 5 is destroyed back. Abilities impairment, severe injuries. Here we go. Destroyed back. -2 permanent movement. No longer activate gear has 2+ strength. Gain a bleed token. Does that auto? No, it didn't. So she is effectively unable to attack. And then next is waist. An 8 is quite good. Slashed back, cannot surge until the showdown ends. Gain 1 bleeding token. That's not listed on here, is it? Oh, it is. Okay. Alright. So I have taken the 6 damage to 6 random hit locations, and then I suffer knockback 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am also knocked down from the heavy wounds. Then move the monster towards the furthest host of hands terrain. We're going to move her... Looking at the table? Yeah. I'm going to move her over there. Okay. I think... when there are 2 Chrysalis cards on this... So, I'm going to have to check the rules. I understand, I'm going to get yelled at for this later, but I'm going to assume, because resources are parasite, they can be passed by people passing each other. Yenneker, during her knockback, passed by Lortel. So I'm going to say Lortel, with some sleight of hand, toss this Gigas over to her. If that's wrong, Taste can yell at me for it later. Okay, So that is the end of the survivor's turn. I don't really have any more actions I want to partake. Or, actually, can I? I think I can, actually. We're going to take... Lortel is going to spend a... Oh, you're dead. I'll mark that. Here. So, Lortel is going to spend 1 survival on a encourage. Oh, what is your... Are you able to encourage? Cannot spend survival. How did you die again? You died from collision. I think... Ooh, would you leave a lantern token? I think you would. Okay. We'll leave a lantern token right there. So, she can't surge. Okay. Alright, end of player turn. So, to the webcam. First card, we already know what's going on. Universal Flexion. Standing survivor in range. We'll target Lortel, I think. Or no, it's player choice. Oh. Should I try to... When you perform a survival action, suffer a random brain trauma -4 to the result. No, I don't think I can. It's incredibly risky. Unless you don't have... Yannicka does not have the sweet... No, she doesn't. Okay, bummer. So we're gonna hit Lortel with this. Movement is irrelevant because I can't dash out of the... Or no, it's a new turn, I could. Oh, lantern token. Anyways. Move and attack. Every joint in your body has an after effect. So, we are going to roll 10 speed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So at a baseline, the Parasite Queen has -5 accuracy tokens, so that brings this to hitting on a 7. And Lortel has 2 evasion? Yeah, because of the death token. Excellent. So that means Parasite Queen hits on a 9. Which is much better than the 2 that I would normally be hitting on. Alright, so 10 speed hits on a 9. That is a singular hit. It's 10 right here. So can't spend survival to dodge that, unfortunately, which is a big bummer. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do. Alright, so that means I have the Camptocarmia. Oh, let me roll damage first. Damage will go to the arms. That brings her to, that's 6 damage. Brings her to a 3 armor. And yeah, so 3 armor left, and then I will be suffering the Camptocarmia impairment. I hope that's on here. No, it's not. Okay. At the start of your act, You are knocked down unless you suffer the destroyed back severe injury. It's not too bad. Anyways, that triggers a draw AI, which is Protos Utterance. Perform Omnipresence. So, Omnipresence will have the Parasite Queen disappearing from the board. Remove the monster from the showdown board. Masses of parasites flow over the ground, randomly determine a direction, push or pull. Move all hosts of hands 3 spaces in the selected direction in numerical order. We are going to select push for even. So, that is even. We are pushing. So, first things first, this lantern token is no longer in play. It has been consumed. Yenica is now dead. She has been consumed by the host of hands. 6, 7, and 8. Okay, Omnipresence is rising fitfully. The monster's majestic form takes shape. Place the monster on a random host of hands. Turn it to face no survivor. I'll just roll off on that. 8. I'll face it that way, I guess. Okay, Omnipresence is done. We are now doing Protos Utterance. All hearing survivors are targeted. Intimidate. Primordial words sunder your bond with your forsaken home. All targets suffer brain damage equal to the number of your settlement's innovations. All targets that suffer a brain trauma from this also gain the endless babble impairment. Let me go count. I have 32 32 innovations. That's not great. So she doesn't suffer anything, but Devereaux will. He suffers a brain trauma with no modifier because it's not the result of a survival action. A 9. New perspective. Knock down and gain 1d10 insanity. I gain 9 insanity. But I'm knocked down. Okay. I also gain the endless babble impairment as a result of endless babble. What does that do? May not encourage. Good to know. Okay, so Protos Utterance is now done. I draw another AI card. This is still effectively my first AI card that I'm working with. With Fist Bump. Yeah, that's a good point. Gaze of Incandescence. Move the monster 5 spaces directly away from all survivors, then turn to face the most survivors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unconscious Defiance. Survivors with 3+ courage are guardless for this attack. This has a before damage effect of archiving all flammable gear. Is that impactful to me? It will destroy the Ceaseless God Grog. That's fine, actually. So if I were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I cannot get out of range. I think this is fine. I think I'll just have to eat that. archive all flammable gear, so the Ceaseless God Grog is now gone. And then we roll Synchronic Attack. Got 6 speed. Baseline accuracy is now a 7 because of the -5 accuracy tokens. I have some evasion to work with, I believe. So, additionally, she has to hit you first for the after damage. This is before damage. Really? I remember we had this discussion on, oh, I mean, like, I apply the... Oh, I understand. The significance is, if there is a hit, I can't dodge and have it avoid that. But if she has 0 hits, then it doesn't apply. Yeah, okay. Thank you. So, 6 speed, hits on a 7. 2 is a miss. 3 is a miss. 4 is a miss. Now we go to individual accuracy, or individual evasion. Devra has 1 evasion. Do you have an additional evasion from something else? No. So, Ceaseless God Grog is gone. I do have High Roller, though. You may steal a d10 from an attack roll made against you. If you do, the speed of the attack is reduced by 1. I'm going to take that 9. Okay, so 2 hits still go through. I am guardless for this attack, I think it said. Yes, or SD plus, regardless. Or actually, hold on, no. 7 fails against the 1 evasion, so we're okay. So, 7, 7, 9, the 9's gone because of High Roller. And then we apply that to Lortel, who also has 2 evasion actually, so the 7s fail. And the 9's already gone. So, we're okay on this one. So, okay. I actually keep the Ceaseless God Grog. And there's no additional draw, so that is our first AI card. This is our second AI card for Frenzy. Unrelenting Graft, Survivor without Parasites. Everyone has Parasites, so there is no valid target here. Or, no, sorry. Yannicka, or Lortel, doesn't have any Parasites because I passed it off, so she's getting targeted. She is, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She's out of range, so we're going to do Chironomia. What does Chironomia do? Patterns of meaningful symbols dance on the monster's surface. Turn to face the most survivors, all survivors in the monster's facing, set the survivor to 0, and gain the Flash of Rebellion survivor status card. That's really bad. Okay. Is there anything? There's no... There's no flow for instincts. That's really bad. Can I dash to be closer? To change to... No. The flow is after targeting. That's a bummer. Okay. She's already facing everyone, so survival gets set to 0 for both of these two. Man. That's like 40 survival down the drain. That's a bummer. Flash of Rebellion on Devereaux because Lortel already has it. He's going to roll for Courage and gain a 7, which is 3. No, 7 to 8 would be 4. I think that means I do see the truth. So I'm not going to suffer blind. roll on the table is a 5, which is bitter. I gained the Berserker fighting art. Where am I? Bitter Frenzy? Bitter Frenzy. I think I have to do Vaultless. Vaultless. If an Arc survivor gain a fighting art, they can choose to explore the maze or press through. Let me see. I don't care to keep this one, I think. Press through would be... we can try to gain it. Okay, we're gonna press through. 2. We don't. The experience ends. I do gain sustained pressure though. Oh, I got 3. Yikes. Okay, so I think we're done with that. So that is my second card. Oh, shit! If there are any survivors without parasites, perform this card again. Have I soft-locked myself? Is there a... Hang on a second. Pick target without parasites. I have a target without parasites. Is it... What's her movement? It's 10. Chironomia doesn't give parasites. Move and attack. Movement's 10. But the only survivor is... Oh! Oh, fuck, I need to undo that. Survivor without parasites, not in range, so... I don't do Chironomia. Systemic pressure. Bitter. Severe injury. Shoot, what was your survival at? Survival decreased to 0. It was at 24. Reduce this. You don't gain Berserker. And you don't go blind. Don't gain Bitter Frenzy. Okay, so that was you, and Lortel had survival was at 17? Oh yeah, I probably undid it. Survival action 17. 17. There were no additional effects to you aside from that. Yeah. Devril does not have Flash Rebellion. Okay, I think we're back on track now. So, Unrelenting Graft picks a target, a survivor without parasites, not within range. So we're going to do the movement, at a movement of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She's not in range, so she cannot attack. There are survivors without parasites, so we perform the card again. I choose a survivor without parasites, which is Lortel. I'm going to move and attack. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we're up to speed. Jeez. So this is going to be a 10 speed. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 speed and hits on a 9. So, ideally, we want it to only hit once, but we did get quite a few hits here. There's 3 hits. I can dodge here. I think it'd probably be good to dodge once. So, we're going to be rolling 3 hit locations. There. Okay. 3 hit locations. We have... What's those armor? Not the hands. So we dodge the hands. So we take 9 damage to... Or 9? How much was this? 8 damage? This is 8 damage to the torso and feet. So this is down to a 3. Legs are down to a 1. Okay. And a parasite is obtained. I gain the Squirming Barnacle. Let me actually start showing these. Squirming Barnacle. At the end of your act, set all of your permanent attribute modifiers to 0. If they are at 0, lose 4 survival. Not great. So that is the second. Yeah, that's the second AI card for Frenzy. So this is our final. This is our final AI card. Yeah, it's bad. When this comes into play, rapid cellular fission begins. Draw AI. So we get to draw another card. The monster's substance grows unstable. Lumping, quivering mass is spilled to the ground. At the start of the monster's turn, place a token on this card. When there are 3 tokens on this card, game's over. Lovely. Our 6th card, Amalgamate. If no survivors have parasites, discard this card and perform basic action. Oh, this is the one that, all survivors are doomed. Target the survivor with the fewest number of parasites. Treacherous flesh detaches, tearing from their hosts and squirming against the point of convergence. All the survivors suffer a severe injury for each parasite they have. At the hit location, the parasite, then they give all the parasites to the target. Is this perform omnipresence? No, I don't think this is game over. Okay, so the only other survivor with parasites is Devereaux, and he has 2 head parasites and 1 sternum parasite. Question is, can I use... This isn't Devereaux. Can I use a... Guardian is intervening in someone else. High roller is only for attacks, so I can't use that for severe injuries. Okay, this is going to be fun. We are at 3 systemic pressure. So, 2 severe injuries to the head. A 5 brings me to 2, and that is death. I don't think I have anything that gets around that. I forgot to give myself armor for hemostasis. Not that it would have helped me. Yeah. Okay, he's dead. Um, so, all of the survivors suffer a severe injury for each parasite they have at the hit location on the parasite. Then, they give all the parasites to the target. Because Devereaux died before finishing all of his actions, I believe that means these parasites are now archived. Well, not archived, but they go back to the deck. I guess, hey, Rudion, I guess that's a good point to clarify on. Any parasites that have been distributed to survivors who then die, those go back to the deck and they're not archived, correct? Perform omnipresence. Yeah, back to Drek. Okay, thanks for confirming. Even is push. Even. So we push. Push is yellow. Do I have the table up? Table. No, she's actually supposed to be off the table while I do this. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we'll roll for location. So 3. Okay. Spiderlings. So, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 AI cards, it's now my turn. Well, after I move Spiderlings, they move 4 movement. And they'll just move to Parasite Queen because they can't go anywhere else. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Alright then. There may have been a Lantern token I may have missed, but I think they would have all been consumed by the Manifolds anyway, so I think we're okay. So, start of player turn, what I can do is I can embolden 3 times. They may depart and join the showdown. Place them along unoccupied board edge. So, let me just take a moment to consult my... You're dead. And Yenico's dead. Let me just consult my spreadsheet to verify who among these survivors I wanted to bring out next. Alright, so, hopefully I'm still out from over here. Fido is going to be one of them. He's going to be bringing out the Lantern and Gui set. We're going to bring out Marlin as our black and red Lantern sword, or not Lantern, Refined sword. And then use a bow user. Raphael. Okay. And then I just need to confirm what I've got on these sets. Lantern on Guise. We'll still have him on yellow. So we've got Guise on top left. Bottom left. Greaves. Shield. Male. Cuirass in the middle. Gauntlets on the right for Fortune Helm and Musk Bomb, and then the black and red set. We'll have you over here. Go with that. Black and red. Okay, the Refined Lantern Sword. Charm. Tonlet. Caress. Gauntlet. Compass. And then... I believe that's correct. Yeah, that looks right. And then the final grid is the bow. Oh, you know what? These grids are illegal too because I have the... Oh, God damn it. The Blood Compass lanterns are other, so I'm going to just remove those. Because I can't have them with the Selfish Red Cloaks. Man, I really flubbed while putting these together. Okay, so what does this set look like? Yeah, I'm finding that now, unfortunately. I wish it was something I noticed while setting up this settlement rather than like while I'm in the middle of the showdown. But yeah, here we are. Cloak goes on the right. Tonlet's in the middle. We lose the compass on top, and Crest Crown's also invalid, so pretend I don't have that. Oh my goodness, going in with like all these empty ass spots on my grids. Tell you what, I bet the Musk Bombs aren't they're not. Alright, we'll put a Musk Bomb on our Refined Lantern Sword guy, and do I have anything else lying around? Put a Musk Bomb on our bow user as well. Put a Silk Bomb on our bow user. Okay, I filled some spots. You can't see it, but you'll just have to take my word for it. I'm not breaking any rules with Selfish, at least. Okay, so I get to decide where they spawn. They'll spawn along this board edge down here, I think. I believe they have some funny effects. So, oh, I need to set armor now. Damn. Fido is Anguisse, Raphael is Bow. Fido is the Lantern Anguisse, which means I have the Refined Armor set bonus. So we're at a baseline of 5. Lantern Armor gives basically 5 to every location. And then the armor value, Fortune Helmet gives an additional 2. Clubs gain Sharp. I think that's everything. I will have +2 permanent movement from the Lantern Greaves. So I'm just going to add that to permanent stats. I think that's everything for you. Is there anything I need to know about you in the... You have Appreciation, so Musk Bombs have a chance of not being archived. That was part of my strat for addressing all this like card draw, was I wanted to Musk Bomb some of it away, but the Survivor that was adjacent was kind of dead. Yeah. Okay, so that's you. Marlin was our Raphael is our bow user, so does black and red set give any additional armor? I think not. No, it just gives me the transpose survival action. So the black and red set gives me a baseline of 4 everywhere. The cloak gives me an additional 2 at the body. That's it for armor there. What do I need to know about you? You have find the castle, so you can move diagonally. You inexplicably survive once for parent. Range, block, deflect, deadly. Do you have anything like that? You have range 1. Okay. So, Raphael will have a range of 12 because of death education. I've got 70 something collective cognition. So that triggers 3 times. And then Marlon is our final survivor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 to the body for cloak. You are also find the castle, so you can move diagonally. Combat conviction. Sorry, I just noticed something. When you perfect hit, okay. Channel your faith once per round. You may spend 2 insanity to give your next bonus strength. Okay, neat. And you are immortal, so you have armor equal to your insanity. Okay, cool. I just realized we had 30 brain damage go out to Lortel, so that would have triggered infectious lunacy. Only once, unfortunately, but it would have triggered it. So 2 tokens, and 2 insanity. Alright. I think I'm ready to start player turn. So, Lortel has she is infectious lunacy, but we're getting kind of near the end of the... No, I think I start with her, because I only have 1 more instance of flash left. So the chances of these 3 goobers getting 1 is low. Does she have any severe injuries? No. Okay. She's doing okay so far. So she has 5 movement. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What screen do I have up right now? Partisan. Alright, she moved 5 spaces to become adjacent with the queen. And we have... What modifiers do I have? At the start of your act, if you're insane... Yeah, I am insane at the start of the act. The infectious lunacy would have been last round. Oh. But... Do I want to delay things? Because... Permanent... No, I've only got 3 permanent accuracy technically, so I think I should be fine. Or not, 3 permanent strength. Okay. So, this is my act. We moved. We're going to attack. We are attacking her with 6 speed. And we are frenzied, so that overrides slow on the spear. 5, 6, 7. 7 dice. We hit on a 2. So. Okay, well I'm going to have to reroll those 2 because they went off screen. That was a 3 that got rerolled. It doesn't matter because I still hit on a 2, but Maybe I should have pulled those dice out before I rolled that. Okay, so I have 2 misses. Oops. The remainder are hits. I don't think I have any perfect hit effects here. I don't believe I do. So, 5 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fortunately, I did not pull the trap. I did pull one of the... I did pull one of the locations that did not have a protein effect on it. I think I want to save that to the end, though. Or perhaps not. So, we're going to discard Flash of Rebellion. Peak Desperation. When you attack after drawing hit location before rolling to a wound, you may archive this to ignore Protean until the end of your attack. So, for the end of this attack, I ignore Protean. Now I need to determine the order of how I want to deal with this. So, Aphonic Mouth here has a reflex. It would full move the monster toward the first host of hands terrain, so that would end the attack. We probably want to leave that for later. Gestures of Temptation. Wounding on this. Suffer knockback 3 towards the monster. That would be fatal, so we probably want to save that for later. Reflex. Full move the monster towards the furthest host of hands terrain. All these options are buns. Oh my goodness. Yielding Royal. Defiant Rush. You strike deeper. Draw an additional hit location and resolve it immediately. It has 3d10 toughness. See, the issue is that could be a trap. This sucks. Do I just go straight for the Impacted Jaws? Impacted Jaws. I have 1 luck. And I gain an additional luck for each parasite I have. I have 1 parasite on my person. I would crit on an 8. And critting would mean I ignore Protean on all hit locations until the end of the next round. Do I go for that immediately? No. Oh, I see what I can do. Okay. I am not going to discard Flash of Rebellion. And what I can do is I can fail on Gestures of Temptation, since that has a wound reaction, and I will gain a Parasite for that. These other ones are... One of them is a Flash, which would kill me. So, I think with that, I now have to attack the Impacted Jaws. So, that means that I have... What am I working with here? So for the purposes of wounding, I have baseline of 9 plus 9 brings me to 18. I'm at a base of 19 with the 1 strength from Death Collector. So I would need only a 6 to wound. Set your permanent luck to 0 first. Oh, it does set permanent luck to 0 first. Okay, good point. So yeah, I crit on an 8. against this. Here we go, looking for an 8. Wow, go fuck yourself. Do I have a Dreamist on the board? I don't think I do. You're an Ambitionist. You are a Regalist. You are a Gourmandist. That does not help you. Okay, so not only did I not crit, I didn't even hit. Or I didn't even wound. But hey, I guess that means she's not dead yet. So that means I believe all 6 flash cards are out. I don't remember how many non-Protean cards are out. But yeah, so my odds of getting anything with that, let me set permanent stats to 0. Where am I going? Hotel. Permanent stats to 0. Okay, so that means the attack actually isn't done. So I still have these other 3 reflexes, and I don't have the opportunity to remove flash anymore because I skipped doing so, and I already started rolling for wounds. So we're going to do the Writhing Bustle. Protean's gonna have me gain another Parasite. When you spend movement, roll 1d10 on a 6+ you seize up. This is the Season Calcaneal. Reflex. Neurons ablaze. Your overstimulated nervous system is a beacon to the teeming hordes of opportunistic creatures. The survivor with the most parasites give you all their parasites. It doesn't matter. Then full move the monster towards the furthest host of hands terrain. Actually, would it be better to just have her die? Man, what a awful situation. Or do I surge, maybe? Sorry, there's a lot of pondering here because I really... If she moves to the first host of hands, that means nobody gets to attack this turn. Or nobody else gets to attack this turn because she's going to be way out of range. That's certainly less than ideal. Well, prior to reactions, I can do survival opportunities. So I'm going to see if I can trigger a trap, I think. Just so that I can get the hit location deck reset for more Proteans. Or more flash. Don't know if we've seen every instance of omnipresence yet. So I think I'm going to use our ranged character, who is... Who's my ranged character? Raphael's on the bow. Raphael's going to spend 1 for surging. Permanent stats, 3 accuracy, so I hit with the recurve bow on a 5, or 3, sorry. Or, survival activation. I could transpose. Transpose when the opportunity permits 2 survival to swap bases with a survivor once per round. I believe this is a survival opportunity. So I can transpose to gain 2 additional speed. We'll swap these 2. So that brings me to 4 speed on the bow. And then I need to, so that's 2 for transpose. Another 2 for the bow activation. So, hits on 3s. Oh my goodness. Trap? It is! Okay. Also, I was doomed. Turbulent Masses. The attacker loses a Flash Rebellion Survivor status card and gains 2 parasites. Yeah. Guilt Whipworm and the Sympathetic Sternum. The Sternum is the scary one that causes everyone to die together. Guilt Whipworm, when you wound the monster, place a guilt token on this card at the end of your act, suffer 2 damage to a random location that ignores armor for each guilt token on this parasite. Lovely. So I gained the 2 parasites. Spirits Break. The attacker may not trade parasites or use host rejection until the end of the round. Move the monster 5 spaces directly away from the attacker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interestingly, that would also work to cancel her attack. So she would not have gotten this parasite. Oh man, I'm really flubbing things here. But that resets my hit location deck, which is the important thing I wanted. So that was the end of her act. I also need to put a token on the Enteric Gigas. Where do I go from here? Do I... I think I will have... Is there any way you guys can get into range, I wonder? Okay, so I think Lortel needs to get out of range, or get out of the way of these hand terrains because she is now at risk of being consumed. She still has the ability to surge and dash. She in fact has an additional action still too because of the Imitation Butcher mask. So we're going to dash her out of the way. 1, 2 over there. And that would get her out of the way of the hands at least. It does bring her into range, so she's going to attack with her second action from the Imitation Butcher mask. So, I've lost all my accuracy, but I still have 1 from the Death Collector Lantern. So, that brings me to hitting on a 5 at 6 speed. Wow, that's 6 hits. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all Protean. This is a good opportunity to burn that flash. Although 6, 9 brings me to the 6 was 10. Yeah, I'm going to be winning on 9s, which is not great, but Oh. This is maybe something to ask in the rules chat later. Ghost Zerker treats all tokens, including ones on survivor status cards, as death tokens. The monster resources for Parasite Queen can obtain tokens. They're not statuses, however, they're resources. Do those apply as death tokens for the purposes of Ghost Zerker? Because you can pair that with Light Ear to consume those. Anyways, I'm going to assume that doesn't work. I'm going to have to ask about it later. I do have a surge. I can't surge while I'm in my act. Yeah, maybe I should have gone with someone else first, just to trigger some more strength on the Berserk. Or I could say no. Alright. So we're gonna be discarding the Flash of Rebellion she had. And we're looking at what options we got. Millennium Light. 2 wounds. One of this is a flash, so that's going to be fatal if I fail that. There's an Omnipresence. An Omnipresence is potentially ending attack, so we probably don't want this one. Reflex. Full move the monster towards the furthest terrain. Yeah, this is also probably not good. Full move the monster towards the furthest terrains. Yeah, this is also going to end an attack. So this would be fatal on a wound. This would be fatal on a wound. And this sucks. I should have just used the vein needle. Oh yeah, I really should have just used the vein needle. Jeez, okay. Lesson learned for next time. Yeah. Sorry, just doing a lot of thinking here. This is ridiculous. They probably won't, same as gear tokens don't exist. Okay. I think my only option here is to go with the Omnipresence one, because that's the only one that doesn't immediately kill me. So we'll start with this one. So wound attempt. We have the Partisan has 9 damage base. I have a total of 6 strength. Well, 7 strength because Death Collector. So that brings me to 16. So I need a 9 to wound. Yeah, 10 with crit. That is neither wound nor crit. So, reflex, Omnipresence. That is one of our Omnipresence. Yeah. So, evens are push. It pushes. So, go to table view. Oh, she's gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, Oh, this would spin actually. 5, 6, 7, 8. That is some unfortunate placement for our survivors. And then rolling where she reappears at 6, which is, wow, quite far away. Yeah, that's going to cancel the rest of the attack. And for purposes of tracking the deck, that is 1 Flash of Rebellion card, and that's 1 Omnipresence card. Okay. So Lortel has expended everything that she can do. Let's start moving with some of these other guys. So, start with the bow user, Raphael. You can move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe you've already surged, so you can't do that again. Can dash. Distance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She is in range, or he is in range, because of Death Education, of increasing range by 3. So we're going to attack. You gain a bleed token for start your turn, which is going to trigger this, which I could have used earlier if I wasn't so foolish to not think out this turn. Okay, so we're attacking. I still have the effects of the transpose speed bonus until the end of the round, though I do still need to spend 2 survival to activate the Vandal recurve bow. So this is going to be 4 speed, and baseline accuracy 7. So we with 3 additional accuracy, I hit on a 4. So let me pull up the grid, the bow. 4 speed, hit on a 4. That is 2 hits. And I have just drawn 2 locations with no Protean, so that's neat. One of them is the Flash of Rebellion card too, so that's the second Flash of Rebellion we've pulled. Impacted Jaws, we'll start with that first because the second one will end our turn. So, set your permanent luck to 0. Fortunately, I have no permanent luck, but I gain +2 luck because I have a Guilt Whipworm and a Sympathetic Sternum on this character. So there's 2 effective luck to wound this hit location. In terms of strength, we are looking at... What are we looking at? +16 base +3. Do you have anything additional? I don't believe so. So, 16 + 3 brings me to 19. And I need a 25 to wound, so I need a 6. I need a 6 to wound. I need a 8 to crit. And I would like it if I crit, because that gives me the Impacted Jaws location. This game is ridiculous. Ugh. So the Impacted Jaws fails. We are moving on to the Manifold Limbs. Yeah. Okay, so standard wounding rules. Once again, wound on a 6. That's a 1! What the heck is going on here? Okay, so... What am I? I'm down to like 3 cards without Protean. No, sorry. That's... Yeah, 3 cards without Protean, 4 flash cards, 3 Omnipresence cards. You're done. So now we move on to our other survivors who probably can't get into range. We'll go with Fetal next. Fetal is our Meteor Anguish user. Yeah, we just have an additional 2 movement from the Lantern Greaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll move, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will dash with him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just to ensure that he is not in a danger zone for Omnipresence. However, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is in range with the Vein Needles. So, we'll do that. That's 2 speed. And a range of 5. Accuracy is 7. But I have 2 accuracy, so I hit on a 5. Yeah. Let me pull up that grid. Who are you, Lantern and Guise? Hits on 5s. That is a 2 and a 1. That is not hitting. Okay. I got Surge. Once again, hitting on 5s. There we go. 2 hits. That is another Flash of Rebellion card. I got Yielding Bones. Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna peek through my Okay. So the Protean cards that give Flash of Rebellion do not give Parasites on failure. It's only the ones that have other effects. That's pretty important to know. I think that would have helped me earlier. Okay, so I gain Flash of Rebellion on Yielding Bones on you, and I roll for Courage. 2 Courage is going to give me Bold. Showdown. 2 is a Strength token. Nice. Little things, I guess. Okay, so you're done. We need to use our sword user. They gain a bleed on turn start. Where are you? Marlin. You gain a bleed on turn start because of the red cloak. You haven't moved at all yet, so you have both movement and dash. You got 5 movement and find the castle. Okay, so I think the way I want to move is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I have find the castle 3. I got 3 diagonal movements. Can I actually get into range? Is it possible? 1, 2, 3. No, absolutely not. It's not. I'm still gonna dash just to get into the center of the board to avoid omnipresence. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have any ranged weapons on this character, so I can't do anything beyond that. I believe our bow user, Raphael, should still have a dash, though. So I'm actually going to do that. And also get them to the center of the board. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. So yeah. That's the end of the player turn. So, start of enemy monster turn is going to be our first token on Blastogenesis. And we are going to hope that she doesn't chain together another 6 AI cards. So, starting with webcam. Fathomless Eminence. Oh, this one's already got an AI card. Also, I was less than 9 courage. That is everyone except Lortel. The Parasite Queen rises into the air, supported by a growing mound of supplicating limbs. The monster's countless digits bend and join in repulsive, reticulating patterns. The targets are frozen in slack-jawed awe. Each target may prevail to gain the Flash of Rebellion status card. Otherwise, the fluttering latticework of gestures reveals the monster's tender intent. Suffer a random brain trauma with -7 to the result. -7 is kind of brutal. I guess I'll just have everyone prevail. Well, all the, everyone except Lortel. Because she is at greater than. Or no, this is all targets? No. Intimidate all targets, and those targets were selected. So, Lortel's not a target. So that is zeroing out the survival of 3 characters. Okay. And they all gain the Flash of Rebellion cards. So I get to roll courage. It's 4 for Raphael. Let's actually see the truth. And then Fetal already did it. Who's the other one? Marlin is 3. So he's getting bold. Alright, let's roll him bold first. Is a 5, which is 3 survival and 3 insanity. That's actually pretty good. And then bold, or not bold, sorry, see the truth. Who gained it? It was Raphael. Raphael is going to be going blind. And then we are rolling a 7. Which is Berserker Fighting Iron and the following ability. Bitter Frenzy. Abilities. Bitter Frenzy. We're going to try to explore the maze to skip over this one, since I don't care for it. Yep, 7. So I just disregarded. It would have been +1 with Lumi, but Lumi's irrelevant at this point. Okay, so that is our first card, but it has a draw AI, so we go to this, still the first card. Bind the world. Scattering parasites pour from the monster, latching onto hapless survivors. Each survivor gains 2 parasites. Okay. How bad is this going to be? Quite bad. Okay, so Raptures at the end of your action for damage equal to the strength of the weapon on this card. When you gain this card, remove a weapon from your gear grid and place it on this card. If you're attacking, cancel your attack. We'll drop the Vein Needle. I remove a weapon. We'll drop the Vein Needle. Or no, we want to keep the Vein Needle. We want to drop this. We want to drop the Spear because I'm not triggering. Lingual Louse. If you are not hushed, you discourage all of the hearing survivors. -1 speed token. Okay, fun. Okay. Distributed out a bunch of, Did you remember the -7? Sabotage time. How could you? I did not roll any brain trauma, actually, so... Well, everyone prevailed to gain a Flash of Rebellion. The rolling was for Bold and See the Truth for Courage. So yeah. No sabotaging this time. Okay. Oh. This might be fatal. Tearing and tugging, the parasites drag their host towards their demise. All survivors suffer knockback equal to their movement towards the monster. We'll start from closest, I guess. Fetal is our Unguish user, I believe. Yellow, he has a movement of 7. Oh, he is absolutely dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he's dead. Dead. Marlin is our sword user. Green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's okay. Lortel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That leaves Raphael, our bow user. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Survivor with sympathetic sternum. Oh, right, yeah. No, we're fine. Okay. Knockback 5. We're being consistent here. Some people passed by each other while they were suffering knockback. I did the death guy first, so I can't claim to have dropped stuff on him. Well, but actually, you were adjacent to someone else, so he could have picked up some stuff from. Who were you adjacent to? You were adjacent to Green, so I can steal the Sturms off of that. Oh no, I don't. I want to do that because the Sturms would kill Fetal. How do I stack this? No, I don't think anyone else knocked back in a way that they moved adjacent to each other. Damn it. Okay. Can only trade in your act? Oh, okay then, fair enough. So knockback wouldn't work. All right. Move and attack target. 10 speed, accuracy. Probably hitting on a 9. I'm gonna have it choose Raphael, or not Raphael. That's Fetal. Marlin. It's Marlin. How much evasion do you have? 1. That should be fine. Okay, so this is 10 speed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is hitting on an 8. It's a lot of 8s. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a lot of 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're rolling 6 hit locations. Yeah. This is 6 damage each. Nice. That's gonna be a lot of severe injuries. Head is a... I can dodge one, actually. Oh, in fact, let's do the smarter thing here. It's technically late for me to do this, but I chose target. I have a survival opportunity. So I'm going to dash away. No, there's no point. It has 10 movement, I have 5 movement. Sorry, that'd be a waste of time. So, okay. We're dodging the head. 6 damage to torso. That's going to be a heavy wound with the second, or that's a severe injury. That's a second severe injury to torso. Hands has a heavy wound, and then a heavy wound on the, yeah. So, I've got 2 torso severe injuries and 1 hand severe injury. 2. That's already death. Okay. So, because this one died. Oh, you don't even see the webcam. But there's my 2. That means my other survivor with sympathetic sternum also dies. So, you're also dead. And all of these resources are gone. And I'm still on the first AI card. Okay, second AI card. Gaze of Renunciation. I perform Omnipresence. Evens or push. So pushes. 1 is here. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess the patterns start getting weird at this point, huh? Okay, so we'll roll to see where she comes back. 4. Here. So, synchronic attack. Lortel is guardless for the duration of this attack. This is going to be 6 speed. I don't have any permanent stats anymore, right? Lortel. Yeah, I've lost all my permanent stats. So she has no evasion. Well, she has 1 from Death Collector, actually. So 1 evasion. So that means accuracy is an 8. 6 speeds, hits on an 8. That sure is a lot of hits. So that's 3 hits. Okay, so is she a weapon master? She's not. Erase your surname and set your weapon proficiency as 0. Nice. Okay. 2 damage for each. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. And then then our final AI card. Rightful place. Oh. Yeah, I'm certainly in the affected area. Pick target also arrives in the beckoning zone. Intimidate targets. Beckoning gestures ripple over the monster's teeming surface. An irresistible embrace awaits. All targets suffer knockback 13 towards the monster. Targets may spend any amount of survival to reduce their suffered knockback by that much. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I am down seven. I'm down 6 survivors. I have yet to wound, and I have Blastogenesis on the board already. I think I'm gonna go back to the drawing board on this one. My biggest. I think what I can do is I'm going to leverage. I believe there are a total of how many? 5 non-Protean cards. So I think there are 4 cards that are reveal, or if you do a manual reveal outside of attack, you can. It draws an AI card. So I think I'm gonna go back and remove Ambitionism, and actually bring in Story of the Bow, because that'll trigger AI drawing on it guarantees crits, but it triggers AI drawing, or hit location drawing, and I can use Musk Bombs to hopefully prevent that. So maybe I'm gonna go back to drawing board and try that, but otherwise I'm gonna not spend any survival here and let Lortel get beckoned into a lethal embrace. So, thanks for sitting around. We'll try again next time. Hopefully, we'll finish this in less attempts than Whack-A-Mole, but we'll see. Take care, everyone.